Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Rakshamam. Krishna, 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 Pahimam. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshamam. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan is very much connected to the Radha Damodar temple because that's where he actually lived and prepared his departure. He prepared. You can feel the energy, how he was in this room thinking about USA. How to get this visa, this stupid paperwork. He had to do so much paperwork in order to be accepted. To go to the US is such a terrible thing, you know. Anybody who knows this bureaucracy of crossing countries and going to other countries, and they give you difficulties and difficulties. It is so horrible. And at that time, I don't remember, Prabhupada needed a form for this, then a form of that, then a clearance for that, then a clearance for that. And then the ticket, he had no ticket. He didn't know where he was going. He didn't know who was going to receive him. I mean, and he was there in Radha Damodar translating Srimad Bhagavatam and preparing and preparing and preparing and preparing and preparing and preparing. These days in Radha Damodar, you just have to try to fathom it mentally. What did Prabhupada feel when he was preparing this? Of course, he was feeling, I'm doing what my Guru wants me to do, I'll do it and it'll work out fine. So in this sense, I guess he had the assurance inside that everything was going fine, but at the same time, he was not sure. How could he be sure? Unless he had a future vision, absolute vision, and he knew everything was going to work. But it doesn't look like it. Because when Prabhupada lost his manuscript, when people stole his typewriter, when he did things, there were obviously situations which he didn't knew before, otherwise he would have avoided them, no? So Prabhupada's pastime, Prabhupada's Vrindavan Leela, in one way or another, it's the most intensive. The time when he takes sannyas in Mathura from Bhakti Pragyan Keshwa Maharaj, the time when he goes to Jhansi and starts his own first preaching center, the time he's translating Srimad Bhagavatam, the time he goes to Delhi to get the proofs printed, and like at that time letterpress, every letter was put in lead. So you had to do the page, print it, proofread it. No, so many mistakes. Back, take out the letters, put in the new letter. No, my heart burns and breaks to pieces to think how Prabhupada got 3 big volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam done. 3 volumes. I mean, could have done 1 and think, okay, no. He did 3 big hardcover book volumes. How did he print them? What money he had to get them? He had no income. He was going around and distributing a few books and praying and begging people for money. He was a beggar at that point. I don't think he had any good amount of cash from his previous business, which he brought with into the book production. I don't think so. I don't know exactly. We don't know his exact financial records of those days, but he was going and begging. He was going to print Bhaktivedanta magazine. Prabhupada was preparing a mission for his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which was so important for us, the most important thing in our lives. Without Prabhupada having done all this, we would not have anything to know about Lord Krishna and anything about Vrindavan and anything about Bhakti. So for us, it was the most important thing to take place at that time in the planet Earth. There was nothing more important, nothing more significant. And I tell you, Prabhupada, he gave us a chance to come into the fold of Mahaprabhu's soldiers. He gave us this chance. It's a very tough thing, be Mahaprabhu's soldiers all the way through. Anyway, I tell you, on behalf of Srila Prabhupada and his mission and his family and everything, on behalf of everything, I can only say that even though I'm not a good devotee, I want to stay at Prabhupada's feet and I want to learn how to serve him in this lifetime. And that is my only hope, so that human form of life will be fulfilled as a servant of Prabhupada. You see, Prabhupada, he opened the doors to this divine world. And that divine world, we had no access to. I didn't have access to. I don't know, I can't speak for everybody else. I didn't have no access to the divine world. And I was grabbing to the Buddhists and to the Taoists and to the different ideas of my young age. And there was no access to a world of divine love and service and friendship. There was no access whatsoever. So, by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, yesterday one Gaudiya Math Sannyasi who is now initiating, he told me, there's something I admire so much about you. I said, what? He said, your relationship with Gurudeva Atulananda, I really admire that. I see, I want to have a relationship with other Vaishnava like this. So, working together for Prabhupada and Krishna is very wonderful in the friendship relationship. And to those who are preaching Krishna consciousness with me for many years, they know that my relationship to them is more a friendship relationship than anything else, because I really share the responsibility with them. I don't feel like, I'm the big visionary, I'm the big boss, I have to say everything has to be my way. I don't feel like that, especially not with people who have been with me like more than 5 years, 10 years. And I share with them everything, my feelings, my my frustrations and my joys and everything, because the world is the way it is. It is always changing. There's always some news, always something to learn. We can never stop learning. Maybe we thought, oh, we learned the Bhagavad Gita, now we are fine. But not that way. We have to keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. There's a new program out, a new way to run the Facebook, a new way to understand how to serve with Ueda therapy, a new way to inbound yoga is becoming important, a new way how we have to do the financial registration in India. Now India has become extremely strict with finances. They never were like this before. I mean, nobody ever paid taxes in the Loy Bazaar market, no? And now they're making it so tough for everybody. I have to learn this. I didn't want to learn that. I didn't come here to learn Indian finance systems, but we can't avoid it because we are living here, we have an ashram here, we have to maintain here. So everything is like that, you know. Money has to be looked after as Krishna's energy. It is the divine energy, so we cannot be careless. We have to be very cautious that we have a functioning ashram which will continue. We'll be able to maintain our devotees and everything, you know. And we have to maintain our health also, the body. Have to look after your body, which is, it takes time. Some people take a lot of time for their body, some people don't. They say, oh, you have to have more exercise, you have to do more this, more that, more that, more that. And in this way, life is always learning, always changing. There's a very little. And this is all Prabhupada's school. That's what Prabhupada gave to us. He made us members of his family. And being members of his family, he gave us a chance to feel a little bit what he was feeling when he was in Radha Damodar. What was he feeling? What did he do? Finally, he got a ticket to America. He got a few metal boxes. He put all the books inside there, which he prepared, and then he went on this terrible journey to the US. Well, the nectarian journey, I would say, because it was terrible for his body, but it was nectarian for us. A pure devotee arriving in the West, a pure devotee coming by on a boat. And that boat carried the future of mankind, the future of spiritual vision. So, what can I say? You know, Prabhupada just is the most amazing personality, and Vrindavan is very much connected to him. Radha Damodar is connected to him. He also stayed around the corner from here in the Vangsi Gopal temple. He stayed there before Radha Damodar. Then he was also renting some other place. He also stayed in Keshavarji Gaudiya for a while. He stayed in Jhansi, he stayed in Delhi. In Delhi, in the Chippiwada temple, he had a room when he went to Delhi, so he had arranged a place he could stay there. Oh my God. Prabhupada was traveling around by train or by horse cart, you know. I tell you, it was really, really tough. And all this was the divine will of the Supreme Lord. Nowadays things are so different. You see Vrindavan full of SUVs and you think, wow, this is a... You know, there was not one single car in Vrindavan in those days, you know. If any car would come here, it would be an ambassador, one of these old cars. They had at that time only one car model in all of India. An old British taxi style. And so So it's something like Prabhupada gave us this amazing start into life by what he did, by what he endured, and I just feel very fortunate to be here. I also feel something incomprehensible that Prabhupada still tolerates us in this movement and in this work, because it is so hard, the day by day. Of course, it's also nice. It's hard and nice. I don't know how to describe it. This is really like Swami Maharaj in Mexico. It's too sweet to give it up and too terrible to tolerate. Something it's something like that. You know, wow, Mexico City preaching there, my God. No? So in a way, going on Sankirtan every day, it's too hard to tolerate that every day. But there's nothing better to do than that, because you make so many contacts, you meet so many people, you introduce Krishna consciousness to the world. Sankirtan is a glorious activity. I mean, Prabhupada told us, go to the street and give them books, chant for them. He sent us on the street. Mahaprabhu said that Krishna conscious religion is on the street, because that's where everybody goes, that's where everybody is. It's not in the big temples, it's not in the big places, because the people are in the street. And only way where you can really share with everybody. Anyhow, sorry. So then Prabhupada went to the West. Prabhupada in Vrindavan. Of course, Prabhupada in Krishna Balaram is also very intimate. It's also very... That's when his movement was advanced. He had come back to India. He had made... I was here in 1975 when Prabhupada's Krishna Balaram temple was opened. It was an amazing experience. I went back in 1976 again to be with Prabhupada. I went back in 1977 again to be with Prabhupada. So I had 3 years of being with Prabhupada in Vrindavan, 3 times, and in Mayapur also. So I saw a little bit how this whole thing started. As a matter of fact, we were in Sweden in those days, and we sponsored 1 room in Vrindavan and 1 room in Mayapur. So theoretically we paid those days so that we can stay when we come here from our yatra, no? Swedish yatra. So we were involved in one way or another in the food distribution in Mayapur. We also sent a lot of Lakshmi for that, for making a big prasadam hall. All this took place while Prabhupada was still with us. So the Krishna Balaram Mandir, where we're going to go tonight to pray at Prabhupada's room in his garden, have a little bit of Prabhupada's feeling there. But really, the Radha Damodar is the peak experience, from the peak Prabhupada experience. And of course Prabhupada is everywhere. Prabhupada is in Radhakunda, is in Varshana, in Nandagram. Krishna devotees everywhere where the Dham is. So in that sense, we are also going around, like we're going to Surya Kunda, and this is also part of Srila Prabhupada's influence. That's tomorrow, where we're going to have our Surya Kunda day with Chajikant Mishra, the governor of the area for branch development. So we don't really know what is Krishna's plan in the end of the day, We want to clean Yamuna, we want to clean Ganga, we want to clean Vrindavan, Brajmandal. We want so many little and big things, and well, we deserve them in the sense that it's good desire. We can also work to get them. We don't have to be passive onlookers. We can also be part of it. And that's Prabhupada's style. Prabhupada's style was to get it done. If he wanted something to be done, he would just go and do it, get it done. So, for me to glorify Prabhupada and to think about his divine activities is just like a full nectar, a full dose of holiest memories of life. And even though every moment of life is not Krishna conscious, we are not always thinking of Prabhupada, we are not always thinking of Krishna as we wish to. When Krishna says, always think of me, become my devotee, no? He says, but it's impossible to always think of Krishna for me, to always be in Krishna conscious. But this is the ideal. So in this way, we really try to make this day of Srila Prabhupada an unforgettable experience for all of you. Because some of you are experiencing 40 years of separation from Prabhupada, but the first time that you come to Vrindavan and you really be there, be part of it. And also this Brajmandal Parikrama has been a very beautiful experience. You have been a very beautiful group. We haven't had any unhappy complaints. Everybody's going along with the program, whether it's cleaning or hearing or chanting or dancing or whatever. You have been a very beautiful group of people in this Brajmandal Parikrama, and so offering to Srila Prabhupada. So we invited a few people from other mats so that they can also show their honor to Prabhupada, because I tell you something, that unfortunately our ISKCON brothers, they ignore the other mats. They don't invite them for Prabhupada's disappearance or appearance day. So they don't do that. So after some years we saw, well then why don't we do it? We can invite people on behalf. So I don't think we have done it very thoroughly to this year, but a few representatives may come. So we will listen to them first, what they have to say, because what you know about Prabhupada, what you feel about Prabhupada, well, it's what you feel, it's your individual experience. For my own, I can only say one thing, that Prabhupada's family, the Gaudiya family, they may not fully realize what he really was and what he really did. But some people have some appreciation, and that is very wonderful, and we hope to hear some of their realizations today. So, this is it. I spoke after Mangalartik, I spoke a lot now. I don't want to fill your ears all day with what I have to say about Prabhupada, even though I could rant and rave. I could just go on and glorify Prabhupada, because there's an unlimited amount of stuff coming to my mind, to my heart, to my whatever. So, but we have Gurudeva Atulananda, and later we're going to have so many other people. At 10 o'clock we start the Prabhupada glorification. So if you want to say something to Prabhupada today, make sure you let me know. I'll give you the chance. Just make sure you let me know. You can speak in your own language. So, that's all I have to say. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. Hey Ambika, are we going to change this? Yeah. Please. But the rest not. No. Somehow unsurprisingly, even after many days, it still looks decent. It still looks somewhat decent, which is surprising after so many days. But Prabhupada's, we have to make it. So you have time. You have the flowers already? Okay, then Gurudeva, it's your turn. Give it to him. Arup, how are your feet?
Almost okay.
Almost okay. Jai Srila Prabhupada!
Jai! Jai Srila Prabhupada. Bueno, somos muy afortunados de poder celebrar nuevamente estas fechas. De acuerdo con nuestra filosofía, es más importante la desaparición que la aparición, se dice.
I will be listening.
Porque se dice que cuando uno celebra la partida del Guru, ahí uno está recordando todo lo que él hizo. Más especialmente, digamos. Bueno, y Srila Prabhupada fue siempre nuestro héroe muy bien escogido, muy bien elegido. Porque de la misma manera que nos enseñó a dejar este cuerpo, ¿no? A partir de este mundo, siempre ocupado en el servicio, siempre ocupado fuertemente, preocupado por todos los devotos, por el Sankirtan, la prédica. Entonces, él dejó un gran ejemplo de dedicación, de amor, algo muy grande, que llega directamente al corazón. Así que toda la vida de Srila Prabhupada. Eso me recuerda cuando recomenzamos la prédica en Chile, en el 85. Bueno, yo volví a leer parte del lila de la biografía de Prabhupada, porque se editaron varios volúmenes, ¿verdad? Prabhupada y la Amrita, ¿no? Después leí el resumen, digamos. Y es muy entusiasmante, muy entusiasmante. Y ahí digamos, como que saqué toda la fuerza, ¿no? Para seguir adelante, porque era bien difícil empezar ahí todo de modo sin nada prácticamente. Por supuesto me llegaban todas las bendiciones de Colombia, no sé si era de Yeshua, de Gurudeva, si les querían Swami Maharaj también. Pero bueno, igual está difícil. Entonces el ejemplo de los Vaishnavas es siempre muy inspirador. Y todos los problemas que Srila Prabhupada pasó, los pasó para que nosotros también podamos pasar todos los problemas. Él sí pasó por muchos problemas, como citaba aquí Gurudeva, ¿no? Cómo él hizo para editar 3 volúmenes de Srimad Bhagavatam, sin nada, sin ninguna ayuda. Imagínense, de hecho tuvo que llegar a Estados Unidos en barco, ¿no? Una locura completa. La misma señora que lo embarcó le dijo: usted se puede morir en el viaje, imagínate. Qué locura más grande, ¿no? Mandar a Prabhupada en un barco ahí. Pero bueno, más sacrificio, más inspiración para nosotros. Para eso son todos esos grandes sacrificios. Entonces eso también nos tiene que servir a nosotros. Si nos toca muy difícil, muy adverso, tenemos que saber que Krishna siempre está cumpliendo muchos propósitos. Las adversidades son para nuestro fortalecimiento y también para la inspiración de los demás. Entonces por eso también Reina Kunti heroicamente estuvo pidiendo, orando por tener adversidades. La adversidad donde uno puede mostrar la sinceridad de nuestro corazón. Como dice el dicho, ¿no? Un amigo en la adversidad es un amigo en verdad. Entonces, así toda la vida Prabhupada, de mucha lucha, mucho esfuerzo. Su vida familiar no fue fácil. Entonces también nos está mostrando eso. En realidad, él nunca dejó a su familia, nunca dejó a su esposa. Solamente por el pedido especial de su Gurudeva, durante unos años. Pero él estaba dispuesto a seguir siempre ahí. Ahí uno puede ver que Prabhupada tenía un gran corazón. Era una persona muy sensible. Incluso en su testamento, eso fue algo que me llamó la atención. En su testamento él pide una pensión para su esposa, ¿no? Que le manden siempre una pensión a su esposa. Entonces, una persona, un caballero completo, un caballero completamente sensible, agradecido. Entonces, por todos lados, Srila Prabhupada nos enseña a ser un buen grihasta, a ser un buen sannyasi y todo. Un acharya en todo sentido. Como grihasta él siempre estaba predicando, como sabemos. Krishna era lo más importante, porque él es lo más importante. Entonces siempre, Srila Prabhupada fue siempre una persona iluminada. Amaba naturalmente a Krishna desde niño. Desde niño tuvo su relación con la deidad, con el Señor Jagannath, inspirado por su padre, su madre. Bueno, así como tenemos que hacer, inspirarnos y seguir ese ejemplo de grande nacida. Aunque Prabhupada no fue muy acompañado por su familia, como podemos ver, ninguno de sus hijos fue devoto, ¿no? Me acuerdo que una vez en Calcuta hay una muchachita en el templo y me dijeron, ella es nieta de Prabhupada. Por lo menos ella no estaba apareciendo. Entonces nunca se sabe. Entonces nunca desanimarnos, tener mucha fuerza. Ahora Gurumaharaj. La otra vez hice una canción para esta fecha, que se la podemos cantar. A ver si la encuentro. Haribo. Fuiste un gran combatiente, soldado del amor de Gora, nos volviste su sirviente, tus pies de loto estevactadora. Fuiste un gran combatiente, soldado del amor de Godas, nos volviste su sirviente. Una miranga, por favor. Tus pies de loto estevactadora, siervo de Bhaktisiddhanta, cumple su orden hasta ahora. Eres su amado Bhaktivedanta. Ustedes pueden repetir las dos últimas líneas, por favor. Eres su amado Bhaktivedanta. Tus pies de loto estevactadora. Eres su amado Bhaktivedanta. Tus pies de loto estevactadora. Desde tu sagrado lecho traducías la gran obra, iluminando el universo. Tus pies de loto estevactadora, iluminando el universo. Tus pies de loto estevactadora, nunca bajaste la guardia, luchaste a sol y sombra para salvar a las almas. Tus pies de loto estevactadora. Para salvar a las almas. Tus pies de loto estevactadora. Oh, regalaste al mundo el Nama, nos trajiste la aurora, el alegre Sankirtana. Tus pies de loto estevactadora. El alegre Sankirtana. Tus pies de loto estevactadora. Nos dijiste que el Supremo tiene nombre, lila y forma. Nos diste su amor eterno. tu amor nos bendijiste. Tus pies de loto dame por favor tu fuerza, tu gracia que todo transforma. Viva siempre en tu presencia. Tus pies de loto
Viva siempre en tu presencia. Tus pies de loto
Prabhupada, un día como este, volviste a tu eterna gloria. Guárdame, nunca me dejes. Tus pies de loto
guárdame, nunca me dejes. Tus pies de loto
Oh, fuiste un gran combatiente, soldado del amor de Gura. Nos volviste su sirviente. Tus pies de loto
nos volviste su
impulsos controla. Limpia mis 6 faltas, las 6 virtudes otorga.
Mis 6 impulsos controla. Limpia mis 6 faltas, las 6 virtudes otorga.
Las 6 santas relaciones, dale a tu siervo tu compañía que espero.
Las 6 santas relaciones, dale a tu siervo tu compañía que espero.
Estando tan solo, no tengo ya fuerza para hacer mi harikirtan.
Estando tan solo, no tengo ya fuerza para hacer mi harikirtan.
Siendo bondadoso, da una gota de fe, da el don del nombre de Krishna. mientras corro tras tus pasos. ¿Tú tienes el poema? Ya, usted es el buscador oficial. Es un poema muy bello, Srila Prabhupada. Y siempre me gusta leerlo para ver su aparición y desaparición. Algunas palabras, Gurumaharaj. ¿Tiene un poema? Gurumaharaj tiene un poema.
Sí, eso escuchamos.
Él es un poema.